Alright guys, this might be my second video today, but I'm gonna keep, keeping these videos consistent. And I feel like these past few weeks I've just been busy, man. Just been busy, but I'm still pumping these videos. But today we're gonna be talking about reading books. So reading books, when it comes down to reading books, you have to understand something. When you get to a certain age, like age 16 or 17, when you get to those ages, you need to start reading books that align with your purpose, align with your passion. When you start reading books that align with your passion, you're gonna start understanding things better. You're gonna understand what you like and what you dislike. See, I know a lot of people personally that are in college, they still read books that are not even aligned with their purpose. They're reading some Harry Potter. They're reading some Harry Potter when they want to learn how to code. How do you read some Harry Potter but you want to learn how to code? That doesn't make sense. When you get to a certain age, you need to start reading books that align with your purpose, what you want to know. All those fiction books, yeah, they're cool when you're younger. It gives you an idea. It broadens your imagination. But after that, you're just wasting your time, honestly. That's why I always tell people, like, reading books is not a bad thing. It doesn't make you a weird person. Like, knowledge, the use of knowledge is power. The use of knowledge is power. And when you understand that the use of knowledge is power, you're gonna start want to pick up a book now. But like I said, a lot of people, they don't want to read books. They want to find shortcuts. They want to go on the internet and look up summaries. They want to look up summaries for books, bro. Summaries don't even tell you everything. They don't tell you details. It only tells you the main idea, the big picture. You need to actually read the details if you want to do something. It's like reading a summary of a cookbook. Or reading a summary of a cookbook when you didn't even read the details inside the book. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't help you at all. It just gives you all the main points. And that comes down to school too. Because I know I used to read summaries a lot in middle school, and I didn't even understand the book well. And when I didn't understand the book well, I always failed the test because I always read the summaries. I never understood the details. So that's why I always say, actually read a book, word for word. If you don't understand a certain word, then go back to that word. Don't just skip it. And that's another thing. If you find some vocab words that you don't know, you need to use those vocab words and actually go on Google. Don't go on Google to search up things that don't even align to your purpose, bro. Because, bro, my time and your time here is limited. My time here and your time here is limited. There's cars passing by and shit. So if you know that, if you understand that, then you're actually going to use Google for something more important. So if you don't know the word claustrophobic, you're not going to skip over it. You're actually going to go on Google and actually search up that word. But yeah, like I said, man, reading books, it's not for nerds. Reading books is actually for the most powerful people in the world. Why do you think all these billionaires are where they at right now? Because they didn't sit down and read no Diary of a Wimpy Kid when they were 18 years old. They didn't do that. They actually read books that they wanted to read, that they felt like is going to benefit them. No, people, they can't even read a book for 5 minutes. You tell somebody to read a book for 5 minutes, they can't do it. They can't do it because they get easily distracted. They never did something that tedious before. But they'll definitely go on Instagram and and post a pic. They easily do that though for 5 minutes of validation. Validation is just another emotion. It's not real. Validation comes and goes, bro. Comes and goes. When you realize validation comes and goes, you're not even going to be attached to it. That's why I always say detach from everything. Detach from everything that's temporary. Don't attach yourself to feelings and emotion, because when you do that, then you start acting like out of character. Because when you start acting like out of character, you're not yourself. And when you're not yourself, you can't do anything right. People think I'm just speaking. I'm just telling lies and stuff. This is not a lie. This is not a lie. Believe me, this is not a lie. I'll say things that people need to hear, not what they want to hear. People don't want to hear, go read a book for an hour. That feels like slave work for some people. My parents, they had to do worse than that. My parents back in Africa, they actually had to carry rocks across mountains, bro. Across mountains for hours in the sun. That's nothing. What you're complaining about is nothing. Absolutely nothing. So what you want to do, go to Barnes and Nobles, all right? Go to Barnes and Nobles and pick up a good book. Just pick up a good book, man. Pick up a good book and actually understand it, word for word. It's not a test. Take your time. It could take you 2 years to read that single book, but actually finish that book. So what I want you to do, right? What I want you to do is actually pick up one book. Start from the beginning, all right? Start from the beginning. And it might take you 3 years, it might take you 5 years to finish that one book. But finish it. And believe me, you're actually gonna accomplish something. Even though it took you very long to finish that book, you're actually gonna feel accomplished. You're gonna actually feel like you learned something. It's like people wanna learn how to speed read, but they don't even know how to read for 5 minutes. How do you wanna know how to speed read, bro? Speed reading, that takes time. Believe me, that takes time. I had to master speed reading. That took me like weeks. It took me like weeks, if not months. And you want to master it in 24 hours? Get out of here, man. Peace.